Man, the lighting in here is super bad. I guess we're gonna have to deal with the lighting in here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can fix the light. Didn't really fix much. Hold on a second. Nope, that didn't do anything either. Well, I guess the lighting doesn't matter for your read, Cap, and the cat messing with the autofocus. And that's a shame because I've been wanting to do your read, Cap, so we're going to go ahead and do it anyway, so forget the lighting and whatever. Anyways, it'll probably change when I pull up your chart. So let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys. By the way, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and give me a subscribe or a like if you enjoy the reading. And I believe I already have you up. Okay. July 31st. And let me pull up your charts. Give me a second here. All right, that should do it. Okay, Cap. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at your chart, and we got a lot of stuff going on in your chart. I've been pretty stoked to do the Capricorn rising. By the way, if you're Capricorn Sun, this isn't the video for you. If you're Capricorn Moon, this is also not the video for you. I go off rising signs. Those of you that are veterans on the channel, you guys know the deal. We only go off the rising sign. And I am going to pull a tarot card for you here later. Astrological wise, you got a lot of stuff going on here. Tied to finances. Those are the key words for your reading today. Finances, partners' finances, potential partner, potential rehealing of a partnership, and also when it comes to your overall love story, like, or is there going to be some sort of separation that happens and then it gives you some sort of benefic effect? Because if you look over here in your seventh house, which is the Cancer house, you have Venus and Jupiter about to conjunct there. And I believe they conjunct. Let's see when they conjunct. Let's fast forward the chart. I believe they goes. Oh, I'm a dork. I have to switch out. Let's go to the days. I believe it's the 20th. I might be wrong. Yeah, a little bit before that. Sorry. Yeah, after August 8th. But yeah, let's come back to today. So with this astrology, it's perfect for this could be already ongoing relationship. And I'm sorry about the mic. If the mic wasn't there, hopefully you guys can hear me now. Hopefully it wasn't a problem earlier, but I'm so out of it today. I even went for a hike and I couldn't even finish the hike. I was just thinking about doing the Cappy read. I'm not bullshitting either. We got this Jupiter, Venus. These are the two best benefic planets in the solar system conjuncting in your marriage house. This is also the house of business. And so this is a really awesome transit, especially because it's definitely dealing with the relationship aspects. And I do feel that when I was channeling, by the way, I've been doing the channeling thing now when I go to sleep for the next two signs that I do reads for. The channel that I got was I was at an interview and I didn't want to be at the interview. And there was a desk, I was wearing a suit, and I totally didn't want to be at that interview. Like there was something going on with putting myself first, right? So in terms of relationships, maybe this is a time to put yourself first, but also Jupiter isn't a selfish planet, so maybe it's about putting the needs of your partner first and having to flex and deal with that. Um, I love Jupiter and Venus transiting through your seventh, and you also got that Mercury transiting through your eighth. Now, Mercury rules your ninth house of travel, and it also rules um, your sixth house of health. So, usually around this time, anytime Mercury's ruling health related stuff or houses, like you could see like little colds, things like that. Um, as far as travel, like maybe there's travel plans that you're put into the side or that have to change. Um, so yeah, this is pretty much it when it comes to your read. Though I've been hyped for your read, and I feel like a lot of people come to this channel because they want relationship stuff. So um, I'm just saying, if you're feeling lonely, if you're feeling like, well, nothing's ever lining up, just kind of, I think this is a good time to kind of have hope for that because Jupiter is a hopeful planet, Venus is a hopeful planet, and then when I think on the 20th, I'm not too sure. I think on the 20th, the moon is going to conjunct with all those planets. It's going to be some fire astrology for you, Cap, especially if it's dealing with business and that type thing. I really do feel this is the astrology you've been waiting for. And then Jupiter transiting in your seventh too. It's like kind of get ready for the next 2 years. Think about what you were doing in 2001, maybe 2001. Think about what you were doing the last time the Jupiter and Venus made a conjunction here. This cat's just getting in the way. Think about what you were doing then. Did you find a relationship? Did a relationship fall apart for you? Try to figure it out. What happened in 2001 around the summer? What was going on there? And you'll see that these themes just seem to kind of repeat themselves, right? Now, I don't want you guys to stress out either. Be like, oh man, Joey said I only got this month to get the relationship stuff. Uh, no, I didn't say that. I just said, sorry, I'm trying to get cat hair off my laptop. You've got like a 2 year window here, you know, just because the transit's kind of conjuncting here, it's going to conjunct here again, but it's going to kind of finish its story off in 2 years here. And, just looking at all these planets as well, moving in the air signs, the outer planets, plus Saturn retrograding as well in Aries, which is your fourth house of, property and stuff like that, happiness. Um, you know, it's definitely go time for the Capricorn. And I think it's setting you up to have all these nice planets up at the top of your chart, especially Jupiter. When Jupiter's transiting at the top of your chart is definitely it's go time. It's definitely getting noticed, getting seen. All right. Let's pull a card for you, Cap. So, man, left hair all over the place. Oh, and thank you for the live chats. I see you there in the room. Let's pull a card for Cap. I'm going to pull one just for the overall energy. What's going on with the Cap? Karma. Well, this is your first lord with the Karma card here. You may be dealing with like karmatic relationships. I really hate the word karma when we toss it around in the spiritual community. Or like on World Star videos, karma's gonna get him, karma's gonna get her. Well, sure, but in the next life, you won't be around for that one. I'm sorry. Or maybe you will. I don't know if you believe in afterlife stuff. It's been harder and harder for me the further I stray away from Vedic astrology to subscribe to karma, but there's definitely some shakeups in relationships here. And I think you need to ask yourself, are you putting yourself first? Was the original statement that I said when I was looking at this astrology. Because Jupiter could be kind of like, when I look at astrology too, I don't look at it as like that planet's transiting, it's going to ruin my life or it's going to improve my life. I kind of look at it as like, yeah, I'm acting this way. So Jupiter there, it can be over nurturing. You could be over nurturing a relationship here. It's just no longer serving you. Oh, and you know what? When I was doing the read in the pool, you can go back to that live. I was reading tarot cards from my pool over here. I think for the Cap read, for Cap Rising, what came out was that maybe, you're the financial provider and you're not really seeing anything back in the relationship. And I'm not saying it's all about money, but when I'm dealing with astrology, yeah, I'm dealing with financial houses, I'm dealing with spiritual houses, I'm dealing with the relationship house. So yeah, money is definitely an important part of the wheel, and I think we neglect that too often in the spiritual community. Oh, it's money, it's selfish. No, money's part of it. Debt is part of there. Tax is part of that. Eighth house, second house. 10th from the 10th, the 7th here, with the karma card. So, that could be the energy of closing some karma out for sure, especially with Mercury retrograding there and being your ninth lord for sure. Okay, let's see for the Capricorns that are coupled up. Life on Earth. That's kind of cute for the Capricorns that are coupled up. Maybe it is a time for nurturing. Maybe it is a time for love for you guys. The ones that are coupled up, if you're starting to lose faith as well, like I said, this is definitely a time to have hope. That is a cute card to get for the coupled up Cappies. Maybe it is a time to have hope in the relationship, and maybe there is a chance to mend it. Get in focus. I like that. And let's see for the single caps. Past lives. Yeah, for the single caps, you got this karma stuff going on or whatever. You feel it's all destined to doom and gloom here. Woo. My single caps. It's definitely felt that way with the Mars retrograde all through, was it October of last year to April-ish of this year? It's definitely felt that way. If you're coupled up, everything just seemed to be meh, okay, and that's the person you're with. And if you're in the singles pool and you're looking for partners or meeting new people, it just felt like those things were destined to be doom and gloom. Yeah. This is going to be some of the best astrology we have all year, especially for you, Cap. Because I'm telling you, after these two full moons we're going to have in Virgo, that Mars and Saturn opposition as well in your 4th and 10th, there could be things going on with the home and the house as well. Look out for that. Moving forward after the Mercury retrograde, we could be having problems with career. And that was something that I did channel for the Cap, was being at a job interview that I much have rather not been at. So I definitely recommend getting your pentacles together, putting some of your coins, rub 2 coins. If you don't have a savings, high yield savings account, your money's just sitting in a savings losing value, maybe it's time to do a little bit of research, figure out, hey, if I do have an emergency, let's use the positive side of that Mars and Saturn opposition. I do feel like oppositions between the malefics can bring something positive, but through fear, or it's this stop and go energy, right? So it's like having, you know, as it would tie to career and home. It's like, do I have enough money to pay the rent for the next 3 months if something happens? I really think, Caps, if you don't have that shit together, definitely this is the time to start thinking about that. Definitely the time to get your money up and figure out how you can make money without doing anything. And that's definitely for beginners. I recommend, like, high yield savings account. You get 4% interest back on your money. And then after that, look into like ETF folders like S&P 500 or VTI, VTX, whatever you decide to invest in. I am not a financial advisor. Don't take any of my financial advice, but do do take it as in your money's just sitting in a savings account losing value every day, where it could be making you 4% back. And that could be like an emergency fund money you have that's making you a little bit of extra play money, or more money to more invest, throw at investments, and then it compounds. I really do feel that for the Cap, it's time to definitely get ready for anything going on with work, career, home life, and the relationship. Let's see how that plays out with Jupiter there. If it's you that's over nurturing, or if it's maybe you have your partner over nurturing you and you're not giving back enough. Maybe it's time to say thank you. But then again, I'm just the astrologer. I'm the gambler. I am not a psychic. I am not woo woo vibes here. This is definitely trying to get you ready and looking at astrology in a way where you can kind of sail yourself through, the storm, and kind of have an idea of the astrology picture in your mind for the next 2 months. That way you don't have to be looking at tarot. That way you don't have to be looking at astrology, and realize you actually have some of the best transits. So let me use this time to make money and to, see what's going on with the relationship, see what's under the hood with the relationship, and fix those things, nip them in the butt before they turn nasty. Especially, you got an awesome 2-year transit here. So that's all I got for the Caps. And it was nice seeing the Caps again. I'm back. If you like this reading, it's just really simple. I'm doing, there's nothing but chill vibes here. I want to make this fun. I want to make this not all about love and make it more about the astrology, right? So go off your rising sign and hit that subscribe if you like it. And feel free to chat. I read the chats when I'm doing these lives, and I'll always do my ghetto tarot reads. That's not gonna change. I know my subscribers are toxic. You guys like that, and we'll do it. I have fun doing those as well. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it from the pool though. The 1 hour in the pool, and I was just standing there. Ooh, I don't know. I need a jacuzzi. So I could do it from the hot tub. I could just be like, Capricorn, your astrology bussin'. All right, guys. Thank you for the live chats. I see all of you. Bella, Cher, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys again next week. And, yeah, later.